When Trump was asked about Joe Biden, this is what he said.
But Joe is really...
But you don't think he's going to make it to November of 24?
Well, I think he's worse mentally than he is physically. And physically, he's not exactly a triathlete or any kind of an athlete. You look at him, he can't walk to the helicopter. He walks, he can't lift his feet out of the grass. You know, it's only 2 inches at the White House, right? That's not a lot. But you watch him, and it looks like he's walking on toothpicks. So, and then you see him on the beach where he can't lift a chair. You know, those chairs are meant to be light, right? They're like 2 ounces.
Yeah.
You lift them up. He can't lift the chair. He can't walk to the chair. And I don't know what they're doing with the beach. You know, this beach is seeming to play a big role, but they love pictures of him on the beach. I think he looks terrible on the beach. He looks terrible on the beach.
Skinny legs.
Well, he can't walk through the sand. You know, sand is not that easy to walk through, but when he walks through it, he can't walk through the sand. And there's somebody in there that thinks he looks fabulous at the beach. I think he looks horrible at the beach. Plus, the beach doesn't represent what a president's supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be working. You're supposed to be getting us out of that horrible, horrible war that we're very much involved in with Russia and Ukraine. You could do that. You could do that very easily. I believe you could do that I don't believe he could do it because he's just incompetent. But that's a war that should end immediately, not because of one side or the other, because hundreds of thousands of people are being killed. Can you imagine you're in an apartment house and rockets are going into that building and blowing it up and knocking it down? And why should anybody, human beings, these are human, whether they're Russian or Ukrainian or whatever they are, it's got to be stopped. And it can be stopped very easily. It would have never started. If I were president, it would have never started.
See, this is Trump at his best. Trump at his best when first he's hilarious, painting us a picture illustrating Joe Biden walking on toothpick legs at the beach, how weak he is in the sand, can't even lift the chair. That's just funny. Like the funniest person that's ever been in politics, Donald Trump, 100%. But also, think about that picture that I painted you, because we weren't allowed to air the footage, of all of those 8 candidates on the GOP debate stage, and only one, Vivek Ramaswamy, saying, I won't send any more money to Ukraine. And then you have President Trump, the actual contrast to the vast majority of those candidates, who's saying not only will he not send any more money, he would put a stop to that war on day one. And in fact, that war would never have happened had he been president in the first place. And you know what? You believe him. You know that that's accurate because President Trump doesn't bluff. He would never have allowed Vladimir Putin to invade Ukraine without Vladimir Putin suffering consequences that Vladimir Putin didn't want to suffer. And when President Trump issues that threat to Putin, Putin knows that he's saying it and he will follow through. That's what was missing from the GOP debate stage. That's what's missing from any primary, any Republican primary that doesn't have Trump right now.